Good morning, everybody. Hard life prepping. I haven't done a video in the last couple days. Been working a lot. Um, had a lot of stuff going on. Pretty tired. It's Tuesday morning, so um, I don't really see a lot going on. I mean, other than the whole Chauvin trial thing, which everybody's covering that at nauseum, and the whole Russian-Ukraine thing, and that's seems like it's building up quite a bit all on its own. And I guess I want to kind of approach that topic a little bit. I guess the way I'm looking at it is because I remember growing up in the 80s, and you had a lot of doomsday stuff that kind of came out in the 80s. You remember shows like The Day After, Threads, such and such. And I grew up in that era. So I knew a lot of what it was like. And I guess what a lot of people aren't catching, a lot of the stuff that they talked about then is kind of coming out to fruition and now. A lot of the whole nuclear nightmare scenario back then, a lot of it all involved with Russia versus NATO. Especially if you start hearing about Article 4 or Article 5 type stuff, which if you don't know about Article 4 or Article 5, kind of go look it up. I'm not going to sit here and regurgitate it to you. I want people to look up their own information. I want you to do your own research. And a lot of you know it already. Are we on the likelihood of a nuclear war? I've asked a lot of other people in the know, and I'm not really getting a lot of solid answers there either. I know from my information and my sources, it's not looking real good. But we've also got the duality of a lot of what's been going on in the news from, well, you can pretty much count down ever since September 11th, I guess, going back that far. The news media agencies have always, and especially within the last year or two with the whole Rona thing, news media's always kind of kept everybody lately in the stage of either fear, panic, or some kind of alarm. And now it seems like, especially with a lot of this crazy stuff that you see going on around the country and in your communities, we've been under the state for so long that people are having a hard time now that when things really start looking bad, people are kind of desensitized to it. It's like the whole thing that's happened over the last several decades with the sex and violence. People have gotten desensitized to a lot of stuff. Well, now we're starting to get desensitized to that. And it's kind of forming a psychosis over the population. And some people either aren't scared at all, or it's going way to the other side of the teeter-totter where, you've got some people that are scared of everything. They're scared. They're scared to death of touching the door handle because they might pick up a germ. So we're bouncing one end to the other, the whole spectrum on this whole thing. And throughout it all, I've tried to keep a pretty rational, level-headed approach to everything. Am I going to sit here and tell you that nuclear war is for sure? No, I can't. I don't think neither can anybody else, really. But all the signs are there for something big to happen. And now with the leadership that we got in this country, we got the weakest leadership that we probably ever had. And I'm gonna quote somebody here. I forgot who said it, but it goes along the lines of, "I'm not afraid of a nation of of um, of lions being led by a sheep. I would rather be afraid of a lion leading a nation. I'm more afraid of a bunch of sheep being led by a lion than a bunch of lions being led by a sheep." And that kind of says something. And I forgot whose quote it was, but it seems to be pretty consistent. And you look at a lot of these world leaders, and the way they've addressed who's in charge right now, and nobody is taking him seriously. Nobody. At least with the last one that we had in office, people were a little bit more scared of him, and they were, they knew not to push certain boundaries. And I think there was also a lot of mutual respect there. And that seems to be a key thing with a lot of these world leaders. A strong leader, while they may not be liked, they garner a lot of respect among other leaders. They know not to push certain buttons. And with this guy we got now, there's nothing there but weakness. Nothing. I mean, for God's sakes, the guy can't even walk up a flight of steps without falling on his face. We are the laughing stock of the world right now, folks. I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on stuff just like everybody else. And if I do happen to come across something on my own, or if I hear somebody else putting out a lot of good information, I'll make sure to put their names forward, which I should probably do right now. There's a couple fellows that have been putting out a lot of good information. Right now, I would say Pinball Preparedness and also Prepper Now. Those are the two I know off the top of my head that have been pretty well on top of this thing. So if you got a lot of questions, I would go back and watch some of their more recent videos. They might help you understand a bit. So, I don't know. All I would say is, continue your preps. Keep your head on a swivel. And also be prepared for civil unrest too, because of this whole situations that have been going on in the country between the trial and all these other shootings and whatnot. But, the civil unrest, it's just going to be a small part of this thing, I think. It's all involved, but it's going to be a small part of it. But, anyways, that would be my suggestion, at least for now. Other than that, I don't know, that's pretty much all I got for the moment. So, you folks take care. God bless. Have a good morning. Good Tuesday. And keep your ears open. Be safe. Bye-bye.